Hi, my name is Keith Cooper from Northlight Images, and this is one of my short videos about various photography business tips, bits of advice, experience I've come across in running a business as a photographer. I'm a commercial photographer. I do architecture, industrial, all kinds of commercial work, and it's a proper business. It is not a paid hobby. I do it full time. And I've been doing it now for nearly 20 years, and over the course of that I've come to learn a lot of aspects of which bits of business work. Now, people say things are changing rapidly. Yes, they are. All kinds of things are changing in the world of business. But some aspects are pretty constant, and they're the ones that rely on other people. The nature of people, how they interact, how they find your services, things like that. Anyway, just a few little bits here. How do you promote yourself? Well, today people say, oh, they use social media. That's fine. Do you ever actually look at who reads, who the audience for that is? We still have a website. I do these videos. They're not really for promoting our business. They're more about promoting the brand itself. I work with several large companies, the likes of Epson and Canon, and quite a few others, looking at testing equipment. And it's all part of the business of me being a professional photographer. How you approach it depends on what you want to say for your business. So know who reads your blog, if you have one. Know why you're producing content on it. If you use Instagram, look for returns on who's actually reading it. Have you ever got any work via Instagram? Have you got work via LinkedIn, for example? Always look at why you're doing it. Having a personal blog is fine, and in some ways my testing and doing stuff is partly a hobby of mine. It's partly, certainly in the last 18 months, because we've had a lot less work. It's been something that's kept me busy. In fact, it was a suggestion of somebody from Canon that I started making these videos last summer. And I'd resisted making videos for ages. I didn't see the point of it really, but they convinced me otherwise. And people seem to like the videos, so yes, Canon and Karen, my wife, and other people who told me to do this, you were right. There's the other bit. Listen to other people. Don't assume all the while that you know what you're doing. Comes to a whole lot of things about your marketing. And essentially, if you're running a full-time business, it's all about marketing. So always look for marketing opportunities. When you're marketing things, you may be tempted to go the route of local furniture shops and offer big discounts. Be very careful about offering discounts on your prices. Now, we're quite happy to put a form of our price list, our rates, up on the website. Now, they are not detailed enough so that you can get an accurate quote for a bit of work. They are detailed enough for you to get an idea of what you might pay, and there is enough ambiguity in them that ideally you will phone us or contact us some way to ask for clarification on it. The other nice bit about having your prices up on the website is it gets rid of some of the time wasters. People who want me to do a day's work for 100 quid, you can go away. That's not mentally what I'm telling them to do, but that's what I'll say. No thank you. But they'll look at the prices on the website and they go, whoa, not paying that much. That's good, because if they're looking for cheap, I don't want them as clients. I'm looking to build up relationship with clients. I'm looking for clients who'll come back and ask for repeat work or recommend us to other people, and that's the key of it. One thing I would say about offering discounts is when you don't offer the discount, everybody sees it as a price rise. Nobody sees a lack of discount as anything other than paying more. You may say, but these are our normal prices. No, from a customer point of view, you've just upped your prices. Now, upping your prices is not bad. Sometimes it's a good idea. You're not just not charging enough. It's difficult, certainly when you're starting out, to have the confidence to ask the prices that you feel you deserve for the work you're doing. Be honest about it. If it's something you can't do, then say it. Don't do a bad job. Sometimes you will do a job a little bit speculatively. Now then, maybe for the first time, you'll not charge a full rate for it. But be very careful about that, because once again, if that client then comes back to you, wants more work, they're going to go, hang on, why are we paying 20% more this time than we did last time? So always be wary about how you pitch your pricing and that. In fact, Karen looks after all of the business side of the business now, the marketing and the sales side of things. And I am specifically not allowed to give quotes over the phone. And one of the reasons for that is that my pricing tends to vary depending on how much I want to do the job. So if it's an architectural project for something I'm really interested in, I'm more inclined not to go to the higher rates for specialised work. Now, as I'm told, the higher rates are there for a purpose, and you should be doing it. So basically, I will point to the rates on the website and say, if you want a written quote, and we always give a written quote for any work, get back to us. Karen can look at that. We have a process, and that's important in business. It makes things a lot easier when you have a process for doing things. Even if it is a simple set of post-it notes near your monitor that says when somebody phones up what you need to ask them, because I am useless about somebody phones up. If they're asking about something I'm interested in, we can wander off and talk about all kinds of things and that, when I really should be nailing down the business aspects of it. That's why we separate that, and I'm not allowed to give a quote. Yeah, of course, yeah, if I absolutely needed to, yes I can, but it doesn't fit the process that we've got, so it would need to be something pretty special before I would actually go give a price to somebody over the phone. Always be wary about giving prices over the phone. Much better to do it in writing, because then ambiguities and misunderstandings are less likely to creep into it. When you do get asked to do some work, never be afraid to ask for a brief for the work. Never be afraid to ask for some guidelines about what is wanted. First, it makes the client feel more valued. You're crediting them with knowing what they want. Now, yes, quite often you'll get asked to do photos by people who haven't a clue what they want. They really haven't the slightest idea what they want. It's your job to help them decide what they want, and it's your job to give it to them and to actually help them in that. If you do a good job in that, they will value not only the product, the photos you've taken, but also the help you're giving them in their business. And as I said before, it's about getting repeat work, it's about getting recommendations and things like that. This all ties together. And another thing, if somebody sends you a brief, asking clarification on it shows you've read the brief. I'm fairly certain that there are quite a few times a brief turns up, somebody looks at it, goes, yeah, just one, yeah, that's it, read that. No, spend some time reading it, ask for a few questions. It's a two-way process. I'm never afraid to admit when I go into a company, particularly on the engineering side of things, to ask him for more information about equipment. These people are experts. They are experts in what they do. You are an expert in what you do. The idea is to use your expertise to help show what they want to show, or at least help them understand what it is they want to show. So it's always a process like that, and that's how it works. Works with any professional photography. If you're a wedding photographer, how you deal with people in the run-up to the wedding, what you ask them about the event, all the things like that, they help establish a relationship. Now, it's sometimes called being more professional, but I don't really like the word professional. For me, a profession is architecture, medicine, the law, accountancy. Those are professions. I'm a professional photographer in that I earn a living from it. That to me is the definition of it. Others may disagree, but that's about it. One final bit I'll remember. when you go to companies, when you go to sites, when you work with people, collect information on who it is you meet, because different people in the company, jobs change, roles change, different things. If you're looking to establish a relationship with an organisation, you need to know people in that organisation. And there is nothing worse than having worked several years with a company doing photography for them, and then the person that always used to give you the jobs up sticks goes, or no longer has responsibility for photography. They've been promoted out of this. Suddenly you've got someone new doing the job. And I've come across people who are new in a job. They've been told, we use such and such, give Keith a shout to do the photography. And their instant attitude is they've got to prove something by nailing you down on price or terms or something like that. They've got to show that they're doing their job properly. You can work around that sometimes, but sometimes not. People are just, well, people are just people. You just have to accept that sometimes. But if you know lots of other people in the company, then you can ask them, or you can do a bit of name dropping. When I was talking to such and such, who just happens to be on the board now. Never be afraid to use things like that. It's all about marketing your business, getting you seen, and that's a tricky thing to do. Anyway, I hope these videos are of some help and some interest. I'll do a few more of them. I've got lots more on the website and on YouTube already. So if you find them interesting, please do subscribe, pass it on to other people, and thank you very much.